Here's the truth about boredom and sobriety, because this is the biggest objection that I hear from my clients. They are scared to stop drinking because they believe if they do, they're going to be bored forever. Everything will be boring. Social events will be boring. Everything will be dull and grey and boring forever, and it will never end. And who wants to sign up for a life like that, right? That sounds awful. Now, the reason that it can feel like this at the beginning is because of the way that dopamine acts in our brains. Dopamine is the chemical in our brain that is linked to rewards and pleasure. And when we drink alcohol, our brains are flooded with dopamine. There's so much dopamine. So we have all of this reward and pleasure linked to this chemical that we are drinking. So our brains go, oh, we want more of that because we really like that feeling. But then what happens is everyday life has a deficit of dopamine. So ordinary, everyday activities that give most people pleasure, like playing with their kids or just hanging out with friends or a nice meal, that kind of thing, we're just not getting the dopamine that we have been conditioned to get from all of the alcohol that we've been drinking. So everybody else's dopamine is here and yours is kind of here. And when we don't have that chemical, because we've messed up our brain chemistry, life is going to feel flat and boring and grey. Good news is this is only temporary. It will pass. As soon as you have at least 30, 60 days of abstinence from alcohol, your brain will start repairing itself and remembering what it needs to do to just get to this kind of baseline place. And when that happens, that's when we start feeling pleasure and reward from just doing everyday life stuff. We don't need a chemical to enhance or make something more interesting. When we get to a point where we feel that we need alcohol to just make everything better and more fun, what we're doing is actually just artificially, chemically inducing these feelings that we have forgotten to make ourselves. So give yourself that time to stop drinking so you can return to yourself, so you can get back to life being enjoyable, pleasurable, without the need for carcinogenic substance. Check my link in the bio and make sure you're following for more sober motivation.